Hi, my name is Simone Mignot, and I am a personal and business coach. I help individuals with their personal growth and development while gaining clarity and direction. My approach is focused, God-centered, and very intentional. It's not a quick fix. So if you feel stagnant and you need clarity, please feel free to visit my website, SimoneMignot.com.
Sometimes in life you feel defeated, but it's not over. Hold on, don't give in. You're passing through your testing season. Where is your faith? You gotta win. You gotta win. Oh yeah. Gonna win.
That you understand that you need coaching to be able to live your best life. And so you own that. My coaching for my life so that I can be the best version of myself.
Hello. We are back for another live session, and I'm super excited because I have two amazing people in the room with me. Yeah, two amazing people in the room, Mr. and Mrs. Allen. Yes, Mrs. Allen is here. Legacy Production International's wife, the baker, the bliss cake them. Yeah. You need to taste our cake. Listen, you need to taste Janae. Don't eat a Janae cake, you don't eat no cake. Let me tell you. Yeah, don't eat bake bliss, right? If you don't, go follow her. If you don't buy a cake from Janae, you haven't tasted. Listen, Mister, I'm already know for top of the cake. Cause one time she baked up. What was it again? Like a strawberry filling. Like 2 cake in one something. Must say every year, and it was for Christmas, every single year, them ask me if I bring more of the cake. I'm like, no guys, it was a one-time treat. Yeah, baked bliss. The cake is nice. But thank you so much for being here with me. And Kenil is here, my cinematographer. Big up my cinematographer. Right around the world. One Kenil Allen, just one. And we are here to talk about being faithful with a little, being faithful with the little. Right? Of course, this is a pre-recording session because I know some don't know of act. So I'm not going to go on like it live because it is not live. I had to pre-record it because a lot of things are happening. Plus, just to let you also know that the prior session is going to be pre-recorded as well. So if you have a prior request, send it to me as soon as possible because we have to pre-record it and we'll be showing it next week, Friday, on Good Friday. Come on at 8 p.m. and agree with us in prayer. So we are going to talk tonight, pre-recorded tonight, yes, about being faithful with a little. The conversation is built around Luke 10. He who is faithful, Luke 16:10, he who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. So we're going to expand on it a little just to see it from the perspective of asking for more and to see exactly where we're at on the journey if we are stewarding what God has already given to us. So I'm going to read the statement. As usual, my statement says, if you know your intent, you can transform your behavior. When you are aware of your purpose, you begin to make room for direction and clarity. Your action starts to align with what truly matters, and over time, your path becomes clear. So something that you must keep repeating and just, meditate on it somewhat. So sometimes I believe in God trying to establish something in our lives. He allows us to go into certain places and spaces. And some of those spaces we find ourselves are spaces that make us feel small. We don't feel impressive. We feel like we're invisible and we're not celebrated in those spaces. And outside of the fact that we may have big vision and we think like, yo, I can do more, I have more, I better than this little space here. Only one person or two person we can have up this thing, but I can do more people. You may be able. I may be able to, but your current space, sometimes you think it's just an ordinary space, but it's really what God is trying to use to develop you. Right, guys? Yeah. It's really the space that God is trying to develop you. Because you have a responsibility and it may seem small. The income may seem small. Circle small. Assignments small. And we get frustrated because we're asking God for more. Sometimes we all feel like, I remember, like, I know, I'm always giving my testimony, right? Well, I'm in the little boardroom of my office, and I do the live 2:00 every day on Instagram. And I just two people upon it. And I just talk to the people. Sometimes I just me one I talk to the camera. Then I just feel fool. And I say, no, this don't make sense. After the live, I show them myself on the ground. I'm going with one piece of, like literally. Yeah, we just go on with the dramatic sim. And saying, Lord, you shame me. You make me feel shame. Because I just have two people that ever watch me and stuff that I don't. The people might laugh after me out there. Yeah, you make them laugh after me. But God didn't have to deal with me. So, because why? What? Why? Why am I so worried about people laughing after me? One. Why am I so worried about two people watching? If God give me an instruction, does it matter? The most important thing is that I'm being obedient because I'm not doing it. And we're not doing it because we want to be seen or, none of those things must be the motivation. So I believe the Lord wants to get out the motivation that is just not aligned with his will so that the pureness can come. Because at the top of it, it's not so pure. You understand? Because we just act apart and pretend. Yeah? But we get frustrated because we think that evaluation should be much more, We have more potential and we should be doing more, So yes, but we have to be developed. And development does not look like promotion. Like when we are being developed, it kind of make you feel like not now going for you. But the truth is not really going for you because who is you? Like, where are we? We're so caught up in our importance. It's so funny. Like, why do we think we're that important? The Bible says that we're to go into the world, preach the gospel so all men might be saved. We should use any portal at all. Greek, not Greek, under the law, not under the law, everything for all man. That's what he says. But some of us come and we create our own philosophy of how it should be done. And, we start to get caught up in just, who I am. You ever realize that you see a pastor and the pastor, what? Fire upon the pastor? Pastor mush up everywhere. It can be anything. It's not pastor, I don't want to trouble the church, so let me come off a church. But it can be anything, You're selling shoes, you're selling clothes, you're selling food, it's a McDonald's, it's a Burger King, and you find that you're doing a lot. And then after a while, you find that person no longer exists. Like, them not there anymore. This person who used to be featured one time is no longer being featured anymore. Because it's not about you. It's never about you. It's never about what you have, how you look, how you perceive yourself. If you're more intelligent, which is what the world is killing us with these days. And so because the world is killing us with that these days, we're trying to compete with it. So we're trying to, appear to be intelligent. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with being intelligent because we should be intelligent. However, it is not the marker for success. Right? That's not what God uses to, create some, understanding that, you're successful because you have a master's or a doctorate and all of that. You have to get along in the world. And these are the things that you use, but they are not who you are. Everything becomes strong at the first go. At the first stage of everything, you look strong, you feel strong, right? At the first stage of everything, you feel insignificant. But you feel strong in yourself because when I was there, why did I throw down myself on the floor? Like seriously, when I look back, Sim, why were you dramatic to that? Because I thought that's me did hype. Cause why only two people are watching me? I have something to say, and it's only two people watching me. But God never care about that. Like, if I one person I talk to, that is enough. Because I called you to go into the world so all men might be saved. So I do it through whatever medium I desire. It's not for me to decide that, boy, I need it to look a certain way. And sometimes we don't get to do the things that God called us to do because we're depending on the world and we're depending on our look to kind of encourage us as to this is what we need to do. Like any form of business that you start, I started my business 20 odd years ago. We started small. What was my filing cabinet? It was a legal paper box. Yeah, when I file all of my stuff them in quite big and it could hold the hanging files in there. I'm gonna put the inner file jacket, which is the letter size file jacket, and then drop it in the legal size hanging file. That's what I had under my bed for a very long time until we were established. Now we have a building. So I'm just saying it's not something that's just a quick fix and you just, oh yeah, because it's not about you. It's not to get, we need to get over ourselves. But I see it looks like nothing when it's going in the ground. It just looks like I waste time. I put this thing in the ground, but then it grows up to be a tree and you can get mango after that little seed, just that little seed where you plant, right? And habit looks nothing like mastery. Like when you're coming into a place of fulfill, the habits does not look good, right? So don't let the quiet season to look like nothing is impacting. Don't let the season that seems like not now go on for me. It's okay. It's all right. I've been there as a coach, so I know. So, and you're always going to be tested as to how you see yourself because God is really trying to see. I believe it's really about you being developed and about character being shaped. And so, it's not about, Pastor Sean always said this. It's God is not interested in our comfort. He's not trying to make us feel good. That's not what it is. And that is why Christians are so afraid of struggle. Because we tell them that struggle means that the devil did it. No, it's lies. It's lies. I tell you, it's lies. The more you're struggling, God is there. Believe me, the more struggle that you come under, believe that you have God with you. Because God, that's to me, signifies that you are being processed and you are being worked out. So take struggle as an act of kindness from God. Look at Jesus Christ. He was crucified. Was it a nice crucifixion? No, it wasn't. But now we have life out of that experience. And there are some principles that I want us to learn. Whether you believe in God or not, how you handle what is in your hand right now determines what you can be trusted with. So, rest assured that Keneal is going to be one of the biggest things in Jamaica and internationally. I don't just say that for saying sake. He's very professional in what he does, and he just carries a different kind of spirit within him. I know the whole way we work out the Salvation Fair, but I could have said, I have a little coach and but I don't want to do a little live and I want to do YouTube live, and him said to me, but that's too small for me, man. I want Shaggy and Bounty Killer and and cause he might forgot do it too. Just so no. So no matter what Shaggy shirt, by the way, moving that. When I talk about Shaggy shirt, talking about me faithful and a little. No, listen, stay focused right here, right now. Yeah, Shaggy's my guy. Yeah, don't worry, I like him shirt. Don't leave the guy in him shirt. All right, so don't understand style. But I'm just saying. And they might say Shaggy. Why say Shaggy and Bounty Killer? Because his work. It's not because he's a Christian. I'm going to have to shoot them. Sorry. So no, don't box him up, please. Just for now. But the point I'm trying to make is, he could just very well do not interested. Testimony. He called me. He said, "What do you do your lives on YouTube?" And I say, "My iPod." I'm saying, And he told me that he was coming to shoot the video for me, to shoot these live sessions for me. Yeah, he started right here. So just so you know, nobody feels so you know him before me. But he started in this. But I'm just saying, he could have just said, boy, I have gone some places, known some people, done some things. This is too small for me. But it's too small. And I'm getting a little 4x4 room and a little small. I want to go on big stage and so. But he's faithful. I'm showing it so you can get a picture. Be faithful with the little. How you handle what you have right now will determine what you can be trusted with next. So you're preparing, but it doesn't have to be like a whole heap of excitement. Because obedience is just an act of saying yes to God. Doing what he tells you to do when he tells you to do it. And it doesn't have a look. So obedience is not a look. It doesn't look cute. I have been obedient to some things and don't look good in it. Ugly. It's an ugly obedience. Like, why? Yeah. I'm not looking so cute because the obedience don't feel right. It feels like I'm being obedient and I'm being hurt. And recently I had a conversation with somebody I was talking to, and she's saying, I'm making the right decision and I feel the worst. And I know that this is what God wants, but why do I feel this way? And I said, Galatians will tell you that this flesh is enmity with the spirit. It's constantly fighting with the spirit. And so you can't watch how you feel because it's fickle and it's not the truth. You have to say, I denounce it. I denounce what I'm feeling, and I know that what I'm doing is right. And while you're being consistent, it's not always exciting either. It don't look good. You're doing what you're doing, and you expect, say, you're supposed to, Jenny expects, say, every day she's supposed to get a cake order. She don't get a cake order every single day. Sometimes a week she don't get a case, but she's consistent. She'll go learn other things. She go read up other things. She preparing herself. So when the time come now, she not just say, well, but I just sit down right here. So I just 3 cake them want Black Forest cake and so that other only that alone me can bake. She learning about other things that she can do and add to her list of things that she provide, the baked goods that she provides, because she's also preparing for what's coming. So you're not just going to sit down with what you have and just pretend, oh, it's so small, so it's okay. Then what you get out of it is outside of what you put in there. Understand that capacity is being built. Capacity is being built. It is being built. It does not always look like that. When I started Instagram, I had a friend who said, why are you doing that? I said, the Lord told me to do it. I asked twice, and that's what I heard. And she's like, but nobody's coming on. That should make me feel worse because she was my friend. And when she asked me the question there, I say, God, you make me shame, then you make my friend shame upon top of it. That don't make no sense, God. We really are trying to work out of me. Pride. Pride. He was trying to work pride out of me. Because as she said that, I started feeling away again because I thought that I should be doing more. So you may ask yourself right now, when will my time come? You're watching me today and say, when me I gonna get the people who want to follow me, the money that me need from my, from the products I'm selling or whatever. But be okay in this moment. Be okay with where you are. Yeah? What if you're in your moment of stewardship? And basically how the Lord is using this whole scenario to develop you. And instead of just being appreciative and grateful for the moment, you're complaining like the people of Israel, like the Israelites. Me don't want water, no, me no bother want water, me want manna, no. Me don't want manna, me want house, no. Me don't want a house again, me want care, no. No, me want a big this, no, me want that, no, me want this kind of. What if your time is in the moment and how you're dealing with it right at this time is shaping you, or you are the actual one shaping your future by just exactly what you're saying out of your mouth and how you're being at this time. Those things are real. Something that we must pay attention to. You're given small responsibility. It's training. It's training. It's training you to be disciplined. Discipline with time. Yep. Discipline with what God put in your hand. Discipline with the habits that you create around them. Discipline with being consistent, with being obedient to God, with not going and becoming mature in the process. So now you're not operating like a child. You're operating like someone who is growing and developing. So it's about responsibility, and it's about being trained to be disciplined. You have to be faithful with the little that is in your hand. You can't shun it, push it aside. You can't bad mind other people for what them have. But me know more than Bake Bliss, or me know more than Kenil. Me have more. So Kenil get that show there, and me, I don't get that show. You know, what did you do to get that? You know, those are the things that the Lord is trying to show you about you. Now, when you see that happening in you, you are thinking that you have the right to do that, but you don't, because you need to find it. Somebody needs to show me in the scripture where we have the right to think that we must get more. Why? Or must get more better than somebody else because they know better than the other person. Like, and if the person get a promotion, why did they get that promotion? Because then put somebody there, maybe because the Lord to say you're just not ready for that position. Because if whatever you have right now, you're not using it to the best of your ability, you're late with you're supposed to be taking orders and delivering the orders on time. So here you are, you have 10 clients, but you want 50 clients. And with the 10 clients, you're late with the orders. When them come, them not look good, them unprofessionally done, and we say, Jesus. That's the next thing, because I have no tolerance for the fact that we do not do things from an excellent place and then we'll make excuses for it. Because if I don't do it excellently, just say the truth. I drop the ball. You understand? And I just do it anyway. But don't say, the Lord. And no, the Lord wants us to be excellent. Right? So you're not on time with the orders. When the orders come, I did leave off something off it again. I was supposed to order it. You're supposed to get your order tomorrow, but I'm unable to bring the order tomorrow. And so you're doing everything in a rush. Somebody call you from 3 months before, they want you to do this thing by X time. And they're trying to get from you, yes, I'll call you back. Yes, man, I'll call you back. And you wait until the month before you start calling the person. And the person have other things to do. The person is trying to talk to you 3 months ago because they know that their time may be a little stretched. And so they're trying to get you. Don't do nothing more than put it off till a month before. No, you want to kill off the people them know. No. It's unprofessional. But you didn't. And then you want 50? So when you get 50, what are you gonna do with the 50? That's my stenographer. Yeah, I'm doing something on the phone. But yeah, we know we do real life in this room, right? So yeah, but what are you gonna do with the 50? It's a disaster. God is protecting you. Most times, He's protecting us from ourselves. Yeah. And in the season where things are quiet and you're not getting much, I believe you should say, God, what do you want to teach me? What do you want to teach me in this season? I'm not getting a lot of people, a lot of something. What am I? What do I need to sharpen? What are the things that I need to learn? Because the lack of recognition sometimes is protection. Is you being protected. Because just imagine now, I give, and I'm going to use Bake Bliss as an example because she's here. I recommend her to my friend. And, she gets some orders, right? She did a ball, she want more order, and she come, she get 100 order. And I recommend her, and she couldn't, she couldn't deliver on what it is that my friend asked her. My friend is not going to tell other people about her. My friend is going to call me back and say, what is got this unprofessional person you recommend me to? I asked her to bake 100 something and she wasn't able to bake 100 thing, and she gave me excuse after excuse. The Lord is protecting us from ourselves, because he wants to that you're not late, you're not going to the place. You have to put yourself in a frame of mind where, okay, if I had 20 clients, and I'm talking about me, would I be able to give the 20 clients the same amount of attention that I'm able to give 3 right now? No. So it's fine. It's okay. It's all right. Let's work with what I have until he establishes more. And I think that's where we should be. We should be okay. No, I know the world kind of do some stuff with Tosin and Jenny, because the world make you think that if it's bigger, it mean it better. Right? So once it's bigger, it's better. Once you have 1 million followers, it means there's something not going for you. If you not have that amount of followers, then nothing not going for you. But I need you now to tell me where in the word, as a Christian, that connects. Because I want word. I really want word, because I found that I've spent most of my life just living based on the dictates of what I heard, of what I've been taught, but they were never properly investigated through the word. And now I'm better, like I'm saying, all right, where did this come from? So now I kind of feel like I ostracize me, because even though we in a church and you do it, me not know if I want to do it. Where in the word is bigger meaning better? Where is it? And then we're trying to rush, and we're not trying to do quality. We're trying to be big. So if you get 3 people and you do the 3 people them really, really good, focus on that. Focus on the quality of making sure that you're learning how to deliver here in this fashion. We want more stuff, because more means to other people, and that's where we're having the issue, because we're so insecure in ourselves. So to other people, it looks a certain way to them, and so you get a vibe from them. Them not even pay bills. You're hungry, can't call them and tell them you're hungry. So what are we doing? It's pointless. The point I'm saying is that it's pointless. Growth does not happen in a big leap. I was born as a baby. I heard that I was 7 pounds and a couple ounces when I was born. I did not come from that to a toddler in a month. I did not get to this age, right? I did not get to this age from just abracadabra, here I am. No, growth does not happen in big leaps. It happens in small, repeated actions. That's growth. So it may seem like monotonous. Keep doing it. Be faithful with the little that you have. You want to add something to it? Sure. Do that. You want to learn some more? Sure. But don't frustrate yourself thinking that there should be more and I should be somewhere else and something else should be happening to me. Take it one day at a time. It's something I like to say to my clients. Oh, we see good. Oh, we're going great today. Please. We've not arrived. One day at a time. Yeah, because tomorrow is another day. And you have other demons to fight tomorrow. And one day at a time, by the grace of God. One choice at a time. Yeah. And we're just increasing our capacity to be disciplined as we go along. Do not stop giving your best because nobody's noticing you. And let's talk about, this thing that we desire to be noticed. Now, being noticed or validated is not an external thing. It's internal. Let me tell you what I mean. No, if I have to nothing is wrong with being praised, don't get me wrong. Everybody needs a little encouragement. Everybody needs a little support. Everybody needs to know. When you put on your clothes and your husband see you and him say, honey, that looks nice. You feel kind of good. At the time, do you feel like you're nice? Yeah, you feel like you're nice before, but the minute Patrick says, see me look, I said, can't speak to me. Right? Because it gives you a little humph. And that's great. But when you're not getting it, don't start to know, say, oh, because the people them not validate me, and because so-and-so, because that is not them. It is you that is having your own internal struggles and not seeing yourself the way God sees you. And so I always say we're looking to people that are, all of us are imperfect people, and we're trying to make imperfect people perfect, and I am not perfect. How? We're all imperfect here, so it's not about being validated or being noticed. So don't stop giving your best, and don't stop. And and when you start to talk, I don't need to be validated. You do. The minute you start to say no, you don't need to be validated. You really need. If you don't need to, you don't need to talk about it. It doesn't need to be something that you have a conversation about. So the minute I start to talk about something, I like, oh, Sim, why are you talking about that again? How does that help you? How does that help other people? How does it work? And then I have to get to the place where I say, is a little pride again. Pride, and fear. And all of them wrap up in one. Don't give up because the results are slow. I'm going to encourage you. Don't give up because the results are slow. Do not ignore the small instructions because somehow you tell yourself that they aren't important. So somebody gives you a little feedback, and instead of taking the feedback and, waste them bad mind, take the feedback. Can't hurt. Examine it. See if it works, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Right? And I believe faithfulness is such a awesome thing to have because it says where you put your trust, and it speaks integrity. Faithfulness, just being faithful with the little that you have, it just tells about who you are. You're constantly going, even though you don't nobody now wave you down or flag you down or, say anything to make you feel important. It is doing what you said you wanted to do and keep at it even when to you it feel insignificant, right? That is what being faithful a little looks like. Honor the process. Honor it even when it feels slow. You just started a little supermarket business, wholesale, hairdressing parlor, whatever it is, you just started it and things just seem like it's not moving. Honor the process. Honor the process even though it may feel slow. No, I like to say something like, nothing we do is wasted. No experience that we have, no matter how it seems horrible and no matter how it feels horrible and painful, none of your experiences are a wasted experience. The Lord allowed them for a reason. And even if you don't know what the reason is, He allowed them for a reason. Being faithful with the little is practice. Practice. And then you find that you're not even striving for, it's not like you don't want more, because next thing you say you don't have no ambition. No. You're just not trying to stress out yourself because you can't change it. It's like I found that just being peace for me is the greatest thing on earth. The peace that just not between two, being carefree, like you just not care. Like, all right, God, that you want to do, all right. Like, God, me don't have no control over that. Okay. Moving right along. Because see me, you see, when you watch me, when me are 90, I see me look. Yeah, man, 90 when me on YouTube and you see me. Me don't look no different from no, because that stress you out and pop. I'm not interested. It's still not making a difference. Not making a difference. So, don't just be doing what you're doing because you want more. Do it because you are becoming who God created you to become. Do it because God is changing you, and you see me no can you over there do it more for the moment. I say nothing, but just go like, but don't see. But do it because God is changing you and He's doing what He wants to do in your life. It's all about what He wants to do in your life, because more without maturity is a problem. It's pressure. Can't angle the tree picnic where about you want one next one. I kill him. Yeah, murder him. Though. And God now make it happen. And when you're ready, when God is ready, when Him say you're ready, and you, come on, trust Him. You ask Him, leave it now. No, but take it from me, because He's not gonna give you anything, and you're not ready for it. Maybe if you pressure Him like the woman in the Bible, you would have get it. But you depend on your own. When the struggles start to come, you can go work, go complain now, because you ask for it. Because more without discipline becomes very overwhelming. You need maturity. You need to grow into that space. I'm not going to look at my son and give him my car keys because him say him can drive him at 9. He has to get older before I can allow him to take the keys. Yeah? And if you don't have any character, you're asking for more, everything will collapse. Everything will fall down. So when you watch tonight's session, right, and you're asking yourself for more, ask yourself these questions. Am I faithful with what I have? Now, if you cannot be honest with yourself, you cannot be honest with nobody. You're going to tell lies. If you cannot be honest with yourself, you're not going to be honest with nobody at all. Am I faithful with what I already have? Am I stewarding what I have well? Am I doing it accordingly, or am I complaining and saying I want more? Am I sitting down waiting for something bigger before I become serious and professional? When we get professional, man, we may have more people, more we do so and so. We may have more people lie. We may have more money, me save it. Not true. Not true. If you cannot save out of what you have right now, if you cannot take $1 or $2 out of your what you have and put it down, you think that when you get more, you're gonna. It's a habit. It's discipline. Some more does not give an increase in how you're going to handle it. Right? It doesn't. So we have to be very honest with ourselves, and we have to be, just try not to make the world and you be merged in one. And let's not do that. The Lord gives you something and you want him to give you more. Be faithful with what you have. Prove to God. You don't need a proving, but just prove to God. Or prove to yourself that whatever you ask for, you're really capable of getting it. And don't deceive yourself. Because deception is a wicked spirit. Don't deceive yourself. Because you're going to be very unhappy, and you're going to constantly be unhappy because you are looking for more and you are not seeing it. And then you're going to think that God don't love you, and something that must do wrong. And boy, everybody I get along and me just not get it. And I just about me, and the devil just pack up your ears at all sort of madness. And before you know it, you're in a depression. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. So be faithful with what God has given to you and trust him with the process. All right? So, I am done. That must have felt very uncomfortably, but it's okay. Discomfort is good because it gets us to see clearer, and we take a closer look at the situation when we become uncomfortable. It's nothing to feel any way about. The world tells us that, praises are great, but when something comes to check you, is bad. No, it isn't. It will help you to create more capacity. That's what it's doing. So I hope this session helped you, like how it helped me. Yeah. I know I say Kenny over there shake him head, and I see Mrs. Allen shake them head, and the both businesses are going to merge, and then we'll have legacy bliss. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Next week, Friday, we're going to have our prayer. And if I don't get to see you before, I will say happy resurrection. Jesus Christ came, he died, and we have life because of that. Even though we don't know the day, we still have life through his death. Ta-ta. See you guys later. Bye.
Hi, my name is Simone Mignot, and I am a personal and business coach. I help individuals with their personal growth and development while gaining clarity and direction. My approach is focused, God-centered, and very intentional. It's not a quick fix. So if you feel stagnant and you need clarity, please feel free to visit my website, SimoneMignot.com.
Gotta see the kingdom of truth, yeah. Sometimes in life you feel defeated, but it's not over. Hold on, don't give in. You're passing through your testing season. Where is your faith? You gotta win. You gotta win. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Gonna win. Purpose what you do, yeah.
That you understand that you need coaching to be able to live your best life. And so you own that. My coaching for my life so that I can be the best version of myself.